Ugh, I am having some problems with my camera. Hopefully it will not die on me anytime soon. Anyway, hi and welcome to a pickups video. This is stuff that I picked up mainly at secondhand stores, but also a couple of things that I've ordered online. And then I have two things here that I received today, so I just thought that I would include them here and open them up right now. So these two things are from, you can obviously see the Parenthood seasons here. I'll get to those in a second, but I'll start with these. So I've been ordering some things from the equivalent of eBay, the equivalent that we have over here. And I've been bidding on a few auctions and I won a few things, and these are the two first things that arrived today. So I have a few more things on the way, and could also mention, I guess, that I have a few more unboxings coming. I was good for a while. I didn't really order too much because I thought that I didn't really, well, let's just take it easy with that for a while, and I did. But now it's like a domino effect or whatever when you order something, and you're like, well, I'll just order that movie as well. Well, if I'll order that movie, then I gotta get that too. Well, anyway. So I've been buying quite a lot of stuff lately, so there's gonna be proof of that, or evidence of that, coming up. But anyway, so but I'll just point the camera down here, and let's see, something like that, and open these things first. If I can fix the tripod here, god damn it. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we got two things here, and like I said, I've ordered a few things, but I think I know which ones these are, but we'll see. I did order a few things from this place like a year ago, or a little bit less, and since then I haven't really ordered anything. But yeah, this is what I thought. Hardcore Superstar live at Sticky Fingers, and you can really see my reflection there. But this is, I've been listening to this band for, I don't know, it's freaking long time now, 15, 16 years. And I didn't have this DVD. This is a live show, of course, at Sticky Fingers in Gothenburg. I've never been there myself, but I know the place. And I've seen this live show once, I guess. This is from 2006. I think I downloaded this maybe a couple years after that, but I haven't seen it since, and I just kind of wanted to add this to the collection, I guess, of Hardcore Superstar stuff. I have two other live DVDs that they did, so that's the one that I didn't have. And then here it actually says Jolly Studio, because that's my name on on that website as well. Let's see. Yeah, this is something I'm really excited about. I'm just gonna open this up because one of the discs seemed to be loose. But this is sealed. You know what I paid for this? I'm gonna talk about what it is in a moment, but this is gonna be a long video, by the way. You probably have seen that already, but just hit me right now that I have a lot of things to say about some of these. So it's just gonna have to be a long video then. Okay. But this I paid 6 crowns for this. 6. That's not even $1, $1 US. And this is so hard to find that I thought that people were gonna bid more than this. I mean, I thought that I was gonna have to pay quite a bit of money for this, but apparently only I wanted it. So nobody bid more than I did. So I got Creep School, the complete show here, and that's just amazing. This is a show made by the animation company or whatever, Happy Life, which was, I don't think it exists anymore, and if it does, I don't think they've been very productive lately, but maybe in the early 2000s, this is from 2004, there were some shows on TV, and I used to love it. This I didn't see too much. There were a couple other ones that I watched a lot more, but I think it was, they produced shows with some other countries. They were kind of like co-productions between a few countries. And this, I don't remember too much from it, but it's Creep School. It's an animated show about a school where the supernatural stuff occurs, and you can see some non-human creatures here on the back. And I just I was prepared to pay a lot for this, because I don't know what kind of made me search for this on Tradera, as the place is called. Something reminded me of it, and I was gonna save the search so that when somebody maybe in the future uploaded this to the website, I would get a notification and I could make sure to bid on that. But it was already on there. Somebody had it, and there was like one bid for 5 crowns, and then I waited until like a few minutes before the auction ended, and I was prepared to like keep bidding, but I bid 6 crowns and then nobody bid more. So that's incredible. I mean, of course, some shipping too, but I think it was like 28 crowns. So I mean, really good deal for this. Yeah, really happy to have this. 9.5 hours. This is so great. I was looking for this for a while too, last year or a couple of years ago, but I couldn't find it online anywhere, and so this is great. Yeah, really happy to have that. All right, now you saw this before, so we have season 6 of Parenthood, season 5 of Parenthood, season 4, season 3, season 2, and not season 1, because I went to a secondhand store and they had all of these, and I of course had to grab them. They were like 25 crowns each, I think, but I think she only charged me for 4. Actually, I guess she miscounted, so I paid for 4 of them. I'm not gonna be a man with morals when it comes to when it's not my anyway. Anyway, never mind. I paid 100 for all of these, and these are actually Region 1 releases, which I didn't know. Well, actually, I'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, not season 1, because I have seen season 1, but they didn't have season 1 for some reason. They just had these. Maybe somebody bought season 1 before me. Of course, I would have bought that too. But I have seen season 1 and some of season 2, and I liked it, but I thought it was a really quite cozy and heartwarming and easy show to watch. But for some reason I stopped during season 2, and then the show just kept going, and now it's over. And I've been wanting to rewatch it, mainly because I know Ray Romano appears. I don't know when season. I don't think he is on the back here anywhere, but yeah, he appears somewhere in season 5 or 6 or something, I'm not sure, but I can't really find him on here. So that's a bit of a strange reason to wanna keep watching the show, perhaps, but I don't know. I can't find him anywhere. Maybe just as a minor part. No, there he is. I know he's the love interest of Lauren Graham's character, but at least I think so. Yeah. Anyway, they were on the same picture there. But anyway, so I will have to order season 1 and watch that again, because I want to see the whole show from the beginning again, and as opposed to, you know, keep watching where I left off, because I don't even know where that was. It was somewhere in season 2. I mean, I probably could just keep watching from season 2 now, but I mean, it's probably been like 6 years or something since I left this show. I'm not sure, but so I wanna watch it from the beginning again. Yeah, so this is great, and also, like I said, these are all Region 1, which I did not know when I bought them, but luckily, you know, it's not a problem. But they probably should have looked that up, because if somebody else, I mean, if that other person doesn't have a Region 3 player, and if they indeed had season 1 and somebody bought it, and that person doesn't have a Region 3 player, I mean, it's not really okay. I mean, they should probably put Region 1 on with a sticker or something here, but I guess they didn't know that. But yeah, these are indeed Region 1 releases, and I thought that this was available in Sweden, and I thought that these were the Swedish releases. I just assumed that it was, because I just assumed so. But I don't even know if these are released in Sweden. I was sure that they were, but they might not be. I'm not sure because I couldn't find them online. So I just looked on CD-ON though, to be honest. But I think they just maybe they're not available. So if I would have bought this from Amazon, I would have to pay a lot of money because they're fairly pricey on there. So this is just great. I'm really happy to have that. And yeah, so I guess I will have to order season 1 and then keep watching the show. Anyway, now to the pile of stuff here. So this one I ordered. It's called Village at the End of the World, which is a documentary, a little obscure documentary released here by Dogwoof DVD. And I found out about this documentary through, I think, must have been Facebook ultimately, because I saw a list on Facebook, or saw a link, I don't know what page linked it, but it was like, I think it might have been Arrow, because they were on the list and they linked a list to the best current DVD and Blu-ray distribution companies, and Arrow was on that list, so they linked it and I had a look at it, and I think maybe Dogwoof was a sort of honorable mention, so to speak, possibly. And Dogwoof, it said that it was a documentary company. They released some lesser known documentaries, and I love that kind of stuff, so I looked it up and I found this. It was very cheap, so I ordered it. I had to switch the case because it was like shipped in basically in this kind of packaging, but not transparent, of course. And a little bit thicker, but just a plastic bag, extremely slim. So the case was just cracked, and anyway, so I switched the case, but the disc is fine and the cover is fine. It looks very sun-drenched. I don't know if it is or if it's just a bad quality picture, but it's anyway, but it's a documentary about, you can see the village here. It's about that village, sort of at this little bay and in valley, whatever. It's extremely picturesque. It's on Greenland. They speak a very remote language. Some of them speak Danish, some of them speak English, but mainly they talk Danish in here. When the filmmakers are interviewing the people, I think they speak Danish for the most part. No, but the people who do know Danish, anyway, it doesn't matter. But some people knew Danish, a lot of people didn't. But anyway, so they don't speak a lot of English. And it's just this place with 58 villagers, 59, a population of 59, and it's just the most picturesque place that you have ever seen. There's a better picture here. Look at that. That's the whole place, and it's just a documentary, feature-length documentary about this place and the people who live there. But it's mainly just a documentary about the way of life. We have the filmmakers here I think it seems like there are a couple in real life, I'm not sure, but she said something like it's just mainly a documentary about a way of living as opposed to a political documentary or a social commentary. It's just about the people who live here. It's a little bit like it's a little bit about how they might have to, they have a problem keeping the village going because the authorities, they don't really want to, there's so few people living there, so they might not allow, they had to shut down the factory, the local fish, extremely local, but the fish factory, they had to shut that down, and so they have to kind of there's a little bit of struggle as far as that goes, of keeping the village going, because the people who live there, they want to keep living there, with the exception for this guy who is a bit of a main character in the documentary. He kind of wants to get out of there, but the rest of the people, they're happy living there and they like that way of life, and it's probably one that I'm gonna return to at some point, I'm guessing. It was just, I really liked it. And then we have some DVDs I'm gonna get through pretty quickly here. A Risky Business, which I really liked. I thought that this was just really enjoyable, pretty simple story. Basically his parents, Tom Cruise's parents, I think he was like 17 in the movie, they go out of town, and so he has the house to himself. That kind of triggers all of the events in the movie. And I thought that it was great. That it was great. We Feed the World, which appears to be a pretty well, critically acclaimed, or at least partly, documentary about the, well, what is it about? I mean, it's about food production in the world and how a lot of it go to waste, and you know, the ugly truth, so to speak. I mean, a lot of food is thrown away, and I wasn't sure if this was going to be just an average documentary that, you know, is shown to people in schools and stuff like that. I mean, a documentary that teachers like to put on, that you just kind of have to put up with. Well, if I would have watched it in school when I was younger, I probably would have seen it that way. But now I thought that it was a very well made and very interesting and well filmed documentary, and it takes its time with certain scenes. And I feel like some of the sequences here, the filmmakers really were aware of the camera and the editing, as opposed to only getting their message across. So cinematically, it was a good documentary as well. It was nicely filmed and stuff like that. So, but I would recommend it for sure. It's kind of maybe slightly dated. It's about a decade old. So some of the changing conditions they speak of, you know, they've changed now. But it's still interesting for sure. Okay, and then we have a documentary called Am Thor, which is one that I've been wanting to watch for a while. I think this was sort of advertised in the Sweden Rock magazine, which is appropriate because this is an artist who, as you can see here, he was originally a bodybuilder, Canadian, I think, and he got into the the metal or hard rock scene, and kind of left the bodybuilding career behind him and focused on hard rock. And he was at Sweden Rock. I mean, this picture is from, I don't know, the 80s, early 80s, maybe late 70s, I'm not sure. But he was at Sweden Rock Festival during his revival, during his comeback tour in 2009, maybe, something like that. So that's probably why Sweden Rock, you can see more of his muscles there, and the loss of his muscles there. But anyway, so his revival, his comeback tour at Sweden Rock. So they probably mentioned him in, whenever this was, a year or two ago, in Sweden Rock magazine. That's probably why they mentioned it, because he had been there. Maybe they would have mentioned it otherwise, I don't know. But that's included in the documentary because it's mainly about his comeback tour, and not entirely successful. It's a fairly bleak. I mean, I'd like to see this as like the younger brother of Anvil, not the band, but the documentary about the band. If you've seen that documentary about Anvil and how they were a huge band back in the day, they played for big audiences, and then, you know, they kind of well, people forgot about them and they had to take kind of shitty jobs, and then it's about how they want to get back to metal and to playing to big audiences, and they succeeded, I guess, for the most part. Which I don't know if these guys succeeded in the same way. I mean, it's mainly about him, but also about the band that he brings with him. But it's a little bit similar. I mean, the documentary is kind of similar, and it's more bleak, not as positive, not as feel good, but still very much enjoyable. It is a little bit sad sometimes. One of the band members, he seems to be, I don't know if he's been doing a lot of drugs, probably has, but he was a little bit, maybe not delusional, but he was, I don't know what word to use, but he was, well, very naive when it came to some things. And he kind of talked about how back in the day we were bigger than Twisted Sister, you know. And then the editor has been having some fun, I guess, in the editing room, and the filmmakers put a picture of a poster, and it says Twisted Sister, and then they kind of zoom down to down here, and they reveal Thor. So I don't know if that was a festival headline. I mean, you know, the poster for a festival, or I don't know what it was, but obviously Thor was not bigger than Twisted Sister back then. So that was kind of like the ironic comment from the filmmaker that no, you're not bigger than Twisted Sister. So, but anyway, but yeah, I had been wanting to see this for a while, so I ordered it, and I thought that it was good. But I would recommend you. I mean, if one it would compare Anvil to this one, then Anvil is definitely better. But anyway, I really enjoyed it. There's a great moment too at Sweden Rock when they build up the tension really well, the editors, because you find out with the band or with the frontman anyway, if the audience is there or not, because you don't know if the audience has come or if it's gonna be a fiasco, you know, if nobody is coming to see them at Sweden Rock Festival, and they build up that tension and that sort of suspense really well. So when he walks out on stage, I really had no clue if the audience was gonna be there or not, and that they did that really well. And I'm not gonna reveal if the audience was there or not. You're gonna have to watch it for yourself. Which, like I said, I recommend that you do if you like metal and funny, eccentric people. But anyway, then this one I picked up at a secondhand store, Magic Mike. This has cost $239 apparently. That's crazy. I paid 10 for this. Has it really cost that much back in the day? That's ridiculous. Anyway, Like Mike, I used to have this on VHS. And I used to like it. I used to like watching it. It's with Bow Wow from 2002. I think I must have bought the VHS pretty much when it was released, maybe a couple of years later. And yeah, and I liked it, so I just picked it up. And then another Tom Cruise movie, Cocktail. I haven't seen it. I might not watch it in a while. The Man Who Knew Too Much, Alfred Hitchcock, the original. He remade this movie himself, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch this anytime soon either. But I do like the remake. Then this one looks pretty okay, I guess. Michael Clayton with George Clooney. I do like George Clooney. He's one of those actors that I'm not sure if he's a great actor, but I really do like him a lot, and he has a great presence. No, I do think he is pretty great at what he's doing, and I do appreciate him in pretty much everything I see him in. This one I watched the other day, and it's the score with De Niro, Edward Norton, and also Marlon Brando is in this, which was his last movie, and I thought he did a good job. I mean, he's pretty old, pretty obese, but I thought he did. Yeah, I thought he did a good job. De Niro is probably the main reason why I decided to make this my Saturday evening movie. Yeah, I liked it. It's from 2001. It's a good heist film, a good sort of typical modern Hollywood heist flick with some good tension. Some scenes go on for a bit too long, but overall it's a pretty subtle heist movie. No, for sure, I did like it, definitely. I could definitely see myself getting back to that one day. This one I pre-ordered a few months ago because it was just really cheap, so but it's called People, Places, Things. And the only reason why I bought this was because of Jermaine Clement. And I gotta say, I mean, I love him in Flight of the Conchords and What We Do in the Shadows, but in this movie I wasn't sure if what he tried to do. I mean, some of his lines I couldn't figure out if they were supposed to be tongue-in-cheek or not, which I kind of hope they were, because if not, then he's just a bad actor, or not necessarily overall, but at least in this one, or he hadn't figured his character out or whatever, or maybe that's only me. But I just some stuff I just couldn't figure out if his character was kind of being sarcastic or not. But anyway, yeah, it says here the story of a single dad's complicated life. It's really not about much. He gets divorced, he has two twin daughters here, and he meets a woman who is the mother of one of his students, and that's pretty much it. And it was kind of cute, I guess the word would be, but I didn't fall in love with it or anything. I thought it was okay, not one that I will get back to in the future, but well, maybe, I mean, who knows. But it's a very easy movie to watch, very uncomplicated. But sometimes, you know, you kind of want those movies too, I suppose. And then a few here. I don't think I've seen many of these remaining ones, but I just decided to pick this up when I found it. I found two Scooby-Doo. I think these are direct to video, and I found two of them, but the other one was kind of water damaged, so it was like this, the cover. So I didn't want that. But this one is called Where's My Mummy? And mummy as in that kind of mummy. And I don't know, I haven't really seen much of Scooby-Doo as a child, but I figured I wanna kind of, well, I wanna check this out and see if I like it, because if I do, then there are so many Scooby-Doo direct-to-video movies for me to watch. And then a couple of Swedish movies. This means Where is Zlatan? Obviously Zlatan. I've never said his name in English before. Zlatan just sounds very strange. Anyway, Ibrahimovic. And this guy is actually from my hometown, and I'm not a huge fan of him, and I never have been really, but he's kind of funny, I guess, from 2004. And I've known about this. I thought this was a live show because he's a comedian and he's done some stand-up, and I think that's how he got started, how he got recognized by Sweden, I think, as a stand-up comedian. But yeah, so I thought this was stand-up. I mean, it doesn't look like it based on the cover. I don't know, but I just did not think that this was a film, but apparently it is. He plays some sort of character, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I'll check it out eventually. And then another Swedish movie here, Not I kikaren. Don't know how to translate that exactly, but I don't know. Not too much to say. I haven't watched it yet. I know some of the actors here, and it's probably okay, but I doubt it's great. Then I picked one of these up from Fremantle Media, which I still can't figure out what the hell that company is, because I can't speak for the Danish and the Norwegian, but the Swedish, it has so many spelling errors. I mean, if you're from Sweden, just pause it and read this. I don't know if they've used Google Translate or what. It's very strange. But this company has released at least, I don't know if they've released more stuff, but every time I see a movie from this company, it's a Christmas movie, kind of like a B Christmas movie, and I have a few of them, and this is another one. And I haven't seen it yet. I might wait until Christmas. I don't know. I think I bought one last year, which I haven't seen. So I have two of them now, and they're not great, these movies. And in a way, the DVDs kind of reflect that because they're very cheap. But I do like the covers. I mean, the spines, because they're all red and all with white text. So if you have like 4 or 5 of them next to each other, they will look pretty good, at least if you ask me. Pretty simple, but still. But I like that. But yeah, all the winters that have been, we'll see about that. Then we have a movie that I've come across a few times, just never picked it up for some reason, but it's Thank You for Smoking by Jason Reitman, I think his name is. A satirical look at what people do, I think, to earn money and kind of not worry about being, well, they kind of leave the morals at home when they go to work. And it's about this guy who is a spokesperson for tobacco companies, I think. So we'll see about that. I think it could be pretty good. Then we have In the Valley of Elah with Tommy Lee Jones and Charlize Theron as well, and Susan Sarandon. So this could be good. I gotta admit, I didn't see that was Charlize Theron until just now, when I saw her name, which somehow I missed. Which is kind of proves that I bought this mainly for, or only for, Tommy Lee Jones. But yeah. And then one more here, which I actually turned off, not because it was bad, I just wasn't in the mood to watch it. I was just in a strange mood when I watched it. It didn't really have anything to do with the movie, but I just couldn't really get into it, so I turned it off maybe 2/3 into the movie, which is pretty far, but anyway, Meet the Robinsons. It was fun. The animation style was not very pleasant to look at, but it's a Disney movie too, so it kind of surprised me the way the animation looked, because it looks kind of 3D animated. It looks like a computer game almost. Reminds me of Jimmy Neutron, that old show. Yeah, I don't have a very fresh memories of the show, but that's how I remember it. But anyway, and to me that's just not how Disney movies look, but maybe they do sometimes. But yeah, there were a lot of things going on, so maybe having a better animation style would have been too pricey. I don't know. But anyway, that's all for this time, and I can assure you I have at least this much stuff coming in the mail, so don't you worry. Anyway, but yeah, that's all for this time, and yeah, that's all. I am really stoked about Creep School, especially in some of these movies I'll check out eventually, and Parenthood, I'm really happy to have that. I just gotta get season 1 first, of course. But yeah, that's it. Some good stuff here, if you ask me. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching.